dopest of the black artists.
Yes, Father, I will find them.
I am Malik Seneferu. I'm an artist of sculpting, painting, drawing, illustrating, and I am Sankofa and art. This brother right here is actually a brother who's standing with a group of brothers who was taken to, build these train tracks or reset the train tracks. And so this is a Jim Crow youngster, and because I work with youngsters in and out of juvenile hall, I've done that mostly my whole life. That's really been my whole work, is working with the lost and not yet found. My concern is always with the downtroddenness of our people, who if I believe that they had somebody in their corner, they would make change unlike we can ever imagine. So you see the black line. This is sort of this is actually the line sort of designs that I created in this was inspired by a plethora of experiences I've had. It comes from my desire to be a graffiti artist as a youngster, and doing a lot of these characters with the black line, And so along with that, when I was youngster, I came across an actual piece that was done by the Ndebele women of Central Africa. And when I saw this, like my whole life, I've wanted to create some work, not mimic their work, but I wanted to do something as a homage to them. And I wanted to figure out, how do I create something without looking like that I'm trying to copy something? It's something, for me, originality is just so important, especially growing up in a time prior to hip hop, whereas, in the Bay Area, we had steppers, we had strutters, and we had folks who everybody knew how to do robot, So I am a strutter. I'm a San Francisco strutter. But my early beginnings was in East Palo Alto, actually. But I ran into my cousin, who I had met for the first time. His name is Lonnie Green. And he was a well-known dancer, like from the Demons of the Mines. This is another stepping group in San Francisco. And so all of this experience, like the masks, the colors, like if you know about the Demons of the Mind, or if you know about the Close Encounters, or if you know about all of these different dance groups, you know that they had all these colors, they had all this great design, and I wanted to figure out a way that I can kind of embody that experience. So this series of work is called From the Hill and Beyond. From the Hill is Bayview, Hunters Point, and beyond meaning from all over, because I lived, we lived in the hotel and off of East 14th. We were just everywhere. That's one thing about traveling that was good for me, was that I was able to see different environments. And so we traveled all around the Bay Area, but primarily I would say I was born in Hunters Point, and I grew up throughout San Francisco, but I became a man back in Hunters Point. So I was born in Hunters Point, and I became a man in Hunters Point. I have a lot of larger, this has been my safe size, because this is what fits in my car, right? So this is not a large piece per se. As you can see, you look back there and you see more larger pieces, that rarely kind of get to see the crack of day. But this is really sort of the work that I began doing. I really wanted to, and again, these are all faces I created. This is a scene I created. It is not a photograph that I took. This is straight from my imagination. And so I wanted to sort of create this magical realism for black people. What does it look like for children walking down the street in a nation of their own? You know, so you might see a painting like this of children walking in the wilderness and they looking totally free. So what does freedom look like on the canvas? But I really wanted to get the sense of the people living, right? What will they do from day to day in a place that they're actually free to be their own and be in their own, you know? So I wanted to sort of have it like this right here. You can see like maybe they're downtown and they're on their way to go play, you know? They, you see one here where you see it says freedom here, and I have my own symbolisms in it. You know, here is an inverted exit sign, which is sort of playing with the idea of Sankofa, you know, and I'm always playing with the idea of Sankofa. Here, if you see this really small here, it's arrows, inverted arrows. I did this image for a group of children on teaching them about optical illusions, and we did these inverted arrows, and then I began putting it in all of my work. The bird here, I have a permanent sculpture in San Francisco, and it's the shape of this bird here. So I'm putting pieces of myself in everything, and when I was a kid, I used to work in my grandmother's barber shop, and when I would sweep for them, I would find money hidden in clumps of hair, and later I would realize, like, one of the elders, and you know, like, this is boy working hard. I'm not gonna put in his hand, but I'm gonna have him feel like he found something, you know, it was packaged for me. So I want to package really a treasure for you, you know. And so when I'm coming out with a new piece, it's another packaged treasure. It's like, wow, wait a minute, I thought he was doing that work. I didn't know you did this. See, that's what I like. I like the element of surprise, you know, and so I always want to kind of keep that element of surprise inside my work. I don't want it to be this, oh yeah, this, I know, what kind of, you know, what kind of landscape you got this time? You know, I don't want it to be that, or what kind of painting you got of a lady this time. You know, I want it to be something different every single time.